What is up? It's another episode. We're live, fellas, again. This is the Hoof Live. I am your host, Sterling, Sturls, whatever you want to call me tonight. I'm totally cool with that. And to my right, we got the handsome, always ready to go and fired up Anthony, the doctor. Anthony
Let's
Romeo.
go.
And below.
Ready to go, baby.
Okay.
Episode 2.
Well, you better bring it tonight. And then you got the Eric down there with his little, he doesn't have a malfunction tonight so far.
We don't know.
We don't know yet, but it's there. Okay, it's there. Hopefully, how you doing, man? How you doing down there?
Doing great, man. We're getting better every week. This week, the banner will actually stay up, so it's an improvement. You got to roll with the improvements.
Yeah, the improvements are definitely important. But before we even get into the show, man, we want to say thank you for tuning in with us tonight. It is a pleasure to have you guys. Look, the comment section is already blowing up, but it's a pleasure to have you guys with us tonight. Remember, we are part of the Buffalo Fanatics. Okay, so none of this happens without the Buffalo Fanatics, and most importantly, you guys, wherever you are tuning into the show. We got so much love last week, so much feedback. We love all the comments. Please, please, please keep the comments coming. And remember, you can always like and subscribe to our show, the Hoof Podcast. You can subscribe to @Buffalo Fanatics. Man, we are here. Like I said, even last week, we got 7 days a week coverage every single day. Whether if you're a live guy, you don't want your information. You like it raw. Okay, I don't even know is that appropriate. You like your information raw these days?
That works. Yeah,
I guess it works.
I like my information like I like my quarterbacks raw.
It's coming at you unedited, right?
You would totally say that, Eric. But yeah, it's raw. Okay. And then, we have our podcast. Okay. We have podcasts every single day, man. And I'm telling you right now, like, this is not even like a commercial. Like, this is me just telling y'all that we have guys that actually care about their craft. We all grind and we push each other to get better every single day. And that's what we do at Fanatics. I don't think you're going to find a better group of gentlemen that really do put the fans first, because that's what we are. We're Buffalo Fanatics. Okay. You can't spell fanatics without the word fan. So that's what we're doing tonight. But we got so much to talk about, y'all. So much to talk about. And before we even do that, we got super chatters. We even have, people who subscribe to us on the monthly. And thank you for everything you guys do for us, your contributions. And the Bing Squad, I can't do it like Rico. And I'm not going to say bing, bing. Okay.
Bam. How about that?
Bam. Booyakasha. It'll be like NBA Jam in this mug. But we're going to get to all that. And my guy, Davian Price, man, you always coming through. You're always watching all the shows. I don't know what you do for a living, bro, but you seem to have chill time at 9 p.m. Right. But we're glad you're tuning in. Shout out to the Fanatics. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Hey, Brian Bowers, this dude is super consistent, man. He's always showing all of us love. Brian, what's going on with you? And then we got the real Chris Shanky. That's how ODB likes it. That's how we do it. Okay. Look, Pierre, raw dog.
He's coming at you.
Look. See, look, he's out. You are Tim. You're already trying to get at us, man. Don't be like Judge last night and have Lee Smith make the team, bro.
Uh-oh.
He can make the team at right tackle, maybe.
Bro, he's a good blocker, though. I'll give him that.
We're getting into it tonight, but they listed my guy Reggie Gilliam at tight end now. He's officially listed as tight end. Does that mean he's taking Lee Smith's job? Who knows? It could be.
I don't know. Let's hold on to that thought, because we're gonna get into that. And just so you guys know, we have people from YouTube and Facebook and Twitter commenting in our comments. Man, like, I'm telling you guys that on Facebook, man, keep it coming, yo. We got Marcel Rios, Bills Brazil. Bro, I don't even know what it's like out there right now, but I would love to visit Brazil, man. Go Bills to you out there. So anyways, man, we got so much popping here tonight. So I told you guys, when we do our show, we got, we have like things that we want to get to. The first thing we're going to get to, we love to go around the league, and that's what we do. So We call that what's popping. All right. What's popping is when we go around the league. We talk, the latest and the greatest of NFL and everything else. So, fellas, now I want you guys to know at home, these guys do not know what we're talking about prior to. So I kind of put you guys, it's not fair, but I kind of put you guys on the spot. Y'all ready for this?
Let's go.
All right. First things up. All right, here we go. Chargers camp says Tyrod is impressing. His deep ball is money. What do you think, fellas?
I think that sounds like Bills fans about 5 years ago. Oh yeah, Tyrod's great. He's gonna be awesome. I'm guilty of this, by the way. This was me 5 years ago saying Tyrod's the guy. And we learned very much so in his action that that is not his style of play, and he was definitely not the guy. I don't know about throwing the deep ball. I'd be surprised if he can throw it further than 10 yards at this point, because he never did in his last 2 seasons with the Bills. It'd be nice if he could throw the deep ball, but I just don't think that's part of his game. And I just don't see Tyrod as a viable starter. He might be the opening day starter for that team, the Chargers, but we know they've got a guy in Justin Herbert who's ready to go and probably will be in there within the first 3 to 5 games for sure. So Tyrod's deep ball, that's a laugher when I see a headline like that, because we've been there, done that for sure.
Okay, Eric, before you give your take though, because I'm not shutting you up, but Scott Van Loo coming in once again. You watched our show last week and we appreciate it. You were part of the Super Chat crew, but here we go. The Super Chat question. We're going to get back to you, Eric. What do you think of the Panthers trade for Andre Smith to the Bills? And my second question is, do you think they'll get rid of Trent Murphy on defense? Well, good thing for you.
Double dipping.
You're double dipping, and we love it. All right, so Panthers trade of Andre Smith. I think he's nothing more than a special teams guy. He is a guy, just from what I've seen, that you want to put in the middle of that special teams package and let him run, seek, and destroy kind of thing. As far as like a backup linebacker, I think it does say a lot about Voshon Joseph, though. Again, I think Voshon's athletic profile is really high, but he is more of a see ball, get ball kind of guy. So I think the Bills are kind of worried about the linebacker depth. That's why you bring in a guy like this. Eric.
Yeah, I like it because they're showing that this guy's a known commodity, right? I'm willing to give up picks for this player. He will improve our special teams, and I think Brandon Beane has the credibility to say if he's willing to trade for somebody, they're likely going to contribute to the team. So I love it. I think it's a good move, and we need to strengthen our special teams. I think we definitely know that from last year. Of the 3 groups, special teams struggled, but offense struggled. I think you can make an argument for both.
It definitely seems like they're trying to make the special teams unit elite, like best the NFL has seen in a long time, elite. Because, when you bring in Tyler Medikevich on a contract, you're paying a guy who's clearly a special teams guy. And now you trade for another linebacker who's clearly a special teams guy and doesn't bring too much to the linebacker room, although that's his actual position. You're loading up on guys on special team. Now, we don't know. Maybe he's not going to make the roster and they just traded for him so that he, can get connected and then put him on the practice squad. You don't know yet, but we shall see. And it certainly does seem like when you trade for somebody like that, you want him to make the roster. And yeah, I'm excited to see our special teams play now, because when you load up like that, it better happen. You gotta produce with what you put in.
Hey, man, the comment section is undefeated. Rico is in the chat. So I guess I'm the fat version of Rico. He's more handsome than I am, bro. But Ryan Teal comes in with a super sticker. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for watching the show. All right, y'all, they're dogging me. Look, Tyrod ain't doing shit. We're getting back to we're getting back to
nothing.
We're getting back to the original content here. Thank you, Brian, for bringing us back. Tyrod Taylor. Eric, I didn't get your take on Tyrod Taylor. And Anthony, you are totally wrong about Tyrod, because one thing he does do well is throw the deep ball. He doesn't do much else after that. He does throw the deep ball well.
How many times per game? How many times per season does he throw a deep ball?
His deep ball's good, okay?
His deep ball's good.
Yeah, because he throws it 10 times a year. That's it.
Listen, man. Do yourselves a favor. find yourself a Chargers fan and watch Tyrod Taylor highlights when he was with the Bills. It's hilarious because they'll say, look at that deep ball. It's great. Look at his playmaking ability. It's great. And you're like, okay, hasn't thrown the ball over the middle one time in a highlight. And every single highlight, the Bills have 10 points on the board.
Yeah.
And that's Tyrod Taylor in a nutshell.
Or
he does have special athletic ability, no doubt about it. His deep ball is probably one of the top in the league, in my opinion. It's good.
How many check down guys are they going to have on the field for him?
He's not throwing the ball over the middle, so that part of the field is gone. And you're only going to score 10 to 15 points a game.
Tyrod Taylor's stat line, 20 for 22 for 23 yards.
Y'all are dogging this guy.
It's terrible.
Hey.
We've been there. We've done that. We saw that.
And the Bills gave him all the tools to succeed, and he came up short.
Yeah.
So the ceiling of his potential, I think, was reached. This is who he is. Probably one of the best backups in the league.
All right, I'll give you that. Oh, okay. Steve's got some beef in the comments. All right, he's telling Tim Stuke it's spelled math ass. You might as well add MFer in there because that's the kind of vibe I'm getting off of it. But whatever. Thank you, Steve, for watching the show, man. You're a real one, dude. You're a real one. And everybody's saying I'm Rico, man. Like, can I just be Sterls? I mean, you know what? I'll be Rico tonight. Bing, biggity, bing. With his Canadian ass. Okay. Right. Hey, Bills fans. I know y'all don't know me because I am a Chiefs fan. Well, Daryl, why are you here? And I guarantee you, and we say welcome, but I guarantee you, Chiefs ain't doing nothing cool as this. But you'll probably say, well, the Bills ain't won a Super Bowl too. So there's that. So we're just going to keep it moving. Muhammad Ali. Yo, straight up, Sterls. You're the man and the guys with you as well. I swear this is how my favorite show from Buffalo Fanatics. I mess with Sterls. You know what, Muhammad Ali, bro, I really appreciate it, man. The love from the chats, man, is super cool. Look, again, for those of you, we love fan interaction. Please get in the comment section. I will do my best to put you guys on because there is no show. I mean, who cares about what we have to say, really? There is no show without the fans. So, man, please do your thing in there.
You see this comment from Wesley here about Tyrod? It says Eckler is going to catch 100 passes.
Oh, man.
100 passes for
feed that
98 yards. Maybe even less because he'll probably lose some.
Hey, Tim's firing back, though. Steven is skinny girl wine. Oh, dang. Tim, that's my guy, bro.
That was the show last night. Yeah, he was sipping from the wine bottle last night.
Okay, all right. But yeah, Tyrod Taylor, I mean, look, I don't see him, starting the whole season. I mean, we all know what Tyrod's about. So we're just going to let Tyrod rest for the night. We ate him up tonight, and that's okay. All right, we're moving on. Okay, here's another hot topic for you guys. The Jags release Leonard Fournette. Now, we know that it can be an issue in the locker room. That's well documented. But what do you think? What do you think his real assets are? What can he contribute to a team? And what do you think of him being released? What are your thoughts on that? Go ahead, Anthony. I'll let you start off with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised he was released. We all kind of saw this coming. They tried to trade him. Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted to give up anything for him. They couldn't even get a 6th or 7th round pick for him. That's pretty telling. I mean, I don't know if that's because they think he's too toxic or teams just knew that the Jags were in a bad position and they were going to drop him anyway. So I think he'll catch on somewhere. I mean, he's a consistent guy. He has that big play explosive ability. And he's going to give you whatever it is, 3-4 yards per carry, and that's pretty decent. It's not great. And he's certainly not young as he used to be. And he's a little injury prone. And like we said, the negative attitude in the locker room is something most places are going to want to avoid, but there's needy teams out there and he will sign somewhere and be at least a competent backup and probably even competing for the starting gig in some of these teams that are a little weaker at running back. The Chicago Bears, for example, who had an injury to Montgomery. You've got plenty of teams out there that would take him. The New England Patriots, they've only got 6 running backs, right? They might as well bring in a 7th.
Or 9th.
Yeah, right. Jeez.
Yeah, I like Leonard Fournette. I think he's a premier back in the league. Just looking at his stats last year, 1,600 or so all scrimmage yards. mean, that's a premier back. I think he runs hard. And I think that contributes to his injuries a lot, but you get a back that runs extremely hard every single play. He will get signed. I think the reason they couldn't get any trade value is because this time of year, there's so many running backs on rosters right now, and you have all the leverage. Just let him wait till the season starts and maybe get him on waivers or let him hit free agency like you did. But I think the team that he goes to, I like Chicago. They're my number one team to sign him.
Okay.
And take the pressure off the quarterback situation. Montgomery got hurt. I'm not sure the extent of his injury, but whoever gets Fournette is going to get a premier back in the league. This guy was a 4th overall pick. Let's not forget. I think his career will be short because of the way he runs, but
what year is it? 2020?
Well, I mean, he's still got some in the tank.
Premier back in the league. I mean, he's still got some, but he's not Christian McCaffrey. He's not an every down back. He's not.
I think his style, though, he's maybe a premier power runner. We can say that.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how long he's going to last in the league, but and I always say this, Bills fans, we ain't getting them. We don't need them. Okay. I think we got 2 really good backs that can handle the load. So is Leonard Fournette talented? Absolutely. Leonard Fournette is a talented back. I would just have questions about the locker room if you were to bring him in. So somewhere like New England, I mean, everybody is a destination for New England at this point, right? I mean, come on now.
They've got 19 running backs at this point.
And no quarterbacks. So they need another running back.
All right. So Scott Van Loo again. Look.
Woo!
In case you guys didn't know, Super Chats get discussed live. No matter what my agenda is or what our agenda is as a team, we always want to put up the Super Chat. So Scott Van Loo, again, my guy. My personal opinion, I think Diggs is going to be over 1,000 yards, and I predict that Motor can hit 1,200 yards on the season. Now, Scott, my question for you is, for Motor, is that combined rushing and receiving, or is that just rushing? Because, you guys know I'm a big Motor Singletary guy. I really do think he's going to have a breakout year, but I think 1,200 yards might be pushing it. But what do you guys think about that? Stephon Diggs.
I think Diggs can definitely hit 1,000 yards. There's no excuses for him not to hit 1,000 yards. I don't think he's a big touchdown guy. I think in Minnesota, 6 touchdowns was the most, maybe 6 to 8. So double digits touchdowns out of the question. I think with Singletary, 1,200 yards is a lot for him. If he was on a different team, I think he definitely has that capability, but I think Josh Allen hogs a lot of carries in this offense, and not to mention Zach Moss as well.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing holding Devin Singletary back from definitely getting 1,200 yards is Zach Moss, and they're going to either they slowly work him in, and he's going to get more touches toward the middle to end of the season, but Zach Moss is a viable starter who could get 1,200 yards himself if he were playing every day. But Singletary is going to get the bulk of the carries there. So saying he gets 1,000 yards is not out of the question. And especially combined if he gets some passing yards too. The Stephon Diggs thing, I love it. I think we are going to have multiple 1,000-yard receivers on this team this year without a doubt because we're going to be that much of a threat. And Diggs has shown that even when he's covered, he can catch the ball and make a play. And having that connection with Allen and having that chemistry is going to be huge this year. So I can't wait. And I definitely think he gets 1,000 yards. Okay.
All right. So this is, and the reason why I wanted to highlight this, thank you, Sean. Sean is one of our guys who contributes to the brand monthly, and we appreciate that. So Sean, we're going to answer your question. Singletary can hit 1,200 because stacking the box against this group will be a huge mistake that teams will find out very quickly. And that's a very good point, Sean, because Dawson Knox kind of highlighted some stuff that I heard from Ryan Talbot, who we'll have on the podcast for Friday. We're going to talk to him about Dawson Knox, but we're going to get into Dawson Knox big time today. But that's a very, very good question because can the Bills have that offense that teams are afraid of? I mean, obviously, you got Stephon Diggs, John Brown, or whatever, Cole Beasley, but man, the Bills really haven't had an explosive offense that we could hang our hats on. That's a big deal, man. And we haven't seen that. I don't even know what to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what to do with that right now.
It's, the Bills are going to score points this year. That's for sure. I mean, our first two opponents are the Jets, who we should put up 30 or more. I mean, 30 is the minimum. If we don't put up 30, I'm going to come on this show and be very upset on Tuesday, because that's a team that we should destroy.
Not
I
enough
see
challenge flags.
35, 45 points. Yeah, exactly. Right. If we don't score 30 points on that team, they're doing something wrong, and they will hear me criticize them. And it's okay to get a win and still criticize the team. And then our second opponent is Miami. So I honestly think that the Bills could be the number one offense in the NFL, not Kansas City. The Buffalo Bills, after 2 weeks of the season, might be the number one offense in the NFL, and they probably will be. And that's not an unrealistic thing to say at this point, because of our opponents, because of how well we've performed, because of how well we've improved. It's going to be electric to start the season for sure.
Yeah, I think when you have a premier defense, that helps the offense get production, right? No 3-and-outs from Josh Allen would be a huge start for me, right? Because how many 3-and-outs did he have last year? A ton. And the defense keeps bailing him out. It's time for the offense to stay on the field and put drives together consistently. That's what I want to see. I don't care if you win by 30. Just put drives together consistently.
Okay. All right. Well, I think, we need it. I mean, I think it's time, that we expect Josh Allen to be that guy, right? I mean, we're all talking about him as, he's going to be that next thing. We do have a segment on Josh Allen that you guys don't know about, but Sean chimes in again, says stack box, check the pass, maybe play action, hit seams to Knox in the slot. As long as Josh and Dable are up to it, we should see that a lot this year. Yeah, you're exactly right. We got people agreeing. Look, Pierre saying, speaking, Anthony, he is saying, hey,
what is this?
Y'all,
people want to call me a homer, but I'm speaking what is the truth. This is the way it is now. And it's hard for us as Bills fans to say, what? The Bills are expected to put up 35 points. Yes, the Bills are expected to put up 35 points in week 1. Now, we don't know what Miami's defense completely turned over. We know that. But Josh Allen has played his best football against Miami and in Miami, which is where we play week 2. So, I mean, we know he's going to be on top of his game, and that defense is still going to be gelling. We don't know what to expect from them. Maybe they will be good, but I'm saying it is not beyond the realm of possibility. And here's a frustration of mine. You won't hear this on national media, right? You won't hear this on ESPN. They talk about the damn Bucks and the Patriots every single day. And our Buffalo Bills get no love. Maybe once a month we get a mention. That's why the Buffalo Fanatics are what we are, right? Because we finally have people delivering real Bills content to Bills fans here, right? And we know what we're talking about. So that's it's realistic. This is going to happen. So
is this what expectations feel like?
Exactly, right?
12 wins is an expectation. It's been a long time since I've felt that feeling. I think as an adult, it's the first time the Bills are expected to win 12 games and score 35 points in week 1. So it's all new to us, man. Give us a break.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So we're gonna keep it moving here, guys. Okay. And the next thing we're gonna go to, look, we've already jumped into our next segment. Okay. This is the Inside Slant, folks. This is where we talk all things Bills. Okay. We're done with the around the NFL talk right now. Since you guys are flooding the comments with the Bills talk, let's get it. Okay, we're gonna start with the Bills talk. And there's a comment in here because everybody's asking me if I saw what Stephon Diggs did to Trey White today. And is there a level of concern? Elliot Eisler, my bad, bro. Elliot Eisler. He says, I've seen Trey get burned more in this camp than I have in 3 seasons on the field. Level of concern. And he's asking moi. So I'm gonna give you an answer. Okay. I'm gonna give you an answer, Elliot. Here's my honest opinion. Stephon Diggs is a top fringe 10 to 12 receiver in the NFL, in top 10 in other people's rankings. Okay, Trey White has never faced in practice a receiver of that caliber. Now, practice and in a game are different. Okay, so when you're in a game, they're scheming, right? You're watching film of the player. So you kind of know what kind of routes they run, what kind of offense they run. You're kind of getting tipped off by the way they align and the count and everything, So that's one thing. So you have Trey White, you have him out there, as Pierre would say, raw dogging it. He's raw dogging it, okay? He's not looking at Stephon Diggs' route tree, what kind of routes he runs. He's brand new in this offense. So he's it's very organic. So you're going to see players get burned. I mean, cornerbacks get burned. But the thing is, when you study a player and you know what they're going to do on the field, the intricacies of their routes and so forth, it's easier to scheme. Trey White, don't get it twisted, my guy. Trey White is one of the top 2-3 corners in the NFL, and everybody gets burned. We saw Stephon Gilmore get burned by our own John Brown, just straight torch my guy. He torched him. So I'd rather see it in practice. But Trey White's going to be going up against some top wide receivers this year. So if he wants that money, that contract that he's going to get, he's going to have to show out. And this is great time for him to be practicing against one of the top wide receivers in the NFL in terms of route running. So
he gets to do this week to week, right? This is going to be every week. He's going to practice with Stephon Diggs. Now they're going to get into game action, which is great. But my level of concern is 0. My level of excitement is higher. We know what it takes to burn Trey White, and Diggs is out there making it look not easy, but making it look good, and Trey is probably happy about it too, because he's saying, yeah, you're bringing my competitive level up. You're making me bring it every play, every snap. So when I'm out there on game day, I'm really going to be ready. And that makes me even more excited because Trey White will be even better. And, again, we know that there's been no preseason and there's been limited snaps and all that. So the first couple of weeks of football might be a little sloppy. And we'll see, but I still expect us to do well. I still don't expect Trey White to get burned on some plays or anything like that. Certainly not any wide receiver on the Jets is going to do that to Trey White. Who on the Dolphins? It's the same thing. I don't know that he's going to get burned, showed up there. But still, it's exciting to me because it's great to see that level of competition. And in the play that you're talking about, the one clip we get a day basically was a great catch by Diggs, right? Perfectly placed by Allen. Great catch by Diggs. I actually think Trey White played it perfectly, but Diggs beat him. That's it. It was just Diggs is that much better in this case. It was awesome. I love it.
So there's not many cornerbacks that won't get burned by Stephon Diggs at least once. So this is not concerning to me. I think Trey's at his best when he's in the system. Like Steve said in the comments, over the top, you got the 2 really good safeties, and I think Trey with that communication playing free, that's when you see the best Trey White. I wouldn't take much with a one-on-one.
Yeah, and it's limited. They're sending limited information, right? Maybe they're telling other teams, go ahead and pass Trey White's right? We don't know what's going on at CB2, but look, Trey White's struggling. Throw it at Trey White, right? Yeah. Okay, if I'm game planning, I'm certainly not. If I'm the other team and I'm game planning against the Bills, I'm certainly not saying, okay, let's suddenly start throwing it at Trey White.
All right, so if you go back and look at that clip, Stephon Diggs sets him up. His footwork is just incredible. I mean, he kind of sets him up with like he's going inside, then he steps outside. He hits him with the okie dokie real quick, bro. Mm-hmm. And Trey White had no chance. And keep in mind, if you also look at the clip, I mean, you really can't tell the distance, but it definitely looks like Trey is at the line with him. And that's a disadvantage already. I mean, there's a lot of receivers that are going to beat you at the line like that in a practice setting, just straight up. I mean, don't read into it too much, y'all. Trey White is legit. Okay. And here's another.
Not real quick, not to mention the quarterback's not under fire. There's nobody rushing the quarterback. So he's throwing dimes, with no rushing. He should be able to throw dimes every time.
Brian, my guy Brian's been filling it up in there. Brian, I see you, bro. I'm doing the best I can to get all these comments in there, but I did see your comment about the Trey clip, so I definitely wanted to make sure we went over that for you. All right, Damian's in here laughing. Man, we got so many. Keep the comments coming, y'all, because it's fire in here. It's fire. All right, look, James from YouTube, practice. Now we're talking. Anthony,
you brought me last week. Practice. We're talking about practice, not a game. Not a game. Practice.
Yes, practice. We're talking about practice.
Hey,
practice.
We got to get it done on the field. That's what matters on game day. We're 12 days away. Can you believe that? Bills game is 12 days away from now. That's crazy. I'm so excited.
And that's a good thing that you bring that up. Where is everybody watching the game? You watching it from home? Are you guys going to Bills backers clubs? I know in our chapter, our Bills backers club, we are doing we have a link where people can go to our Facebook page and follow and do a link so they can reserve a seat because of COVID and so forth. So, if you're watching at home and if you feel comfortable there, do that. But, there's so many Bills backers chapters around the nation that you guys should definitely get into or go watch it with your friends, man, because, this is a time where we all need to be together. We've got to be together to watch these games. But there's a couple things before we even get into all that. I want to say keep the comments coming. Like and subscribe, y'all. Like and subscribe. Smash that like. Smash
that like. Hoof that
like. Whatever you want to do, smash that like. And Buffalo Fanatics, man, we keeping it real. We're repping all the time. And the reason why we have you here tonight is one of the reasons, and we're going to talk about who's going to get cut next, the mystery of Dawson Knox. So let me explain this, fellas, before I have you chime in on what your opinions are. So Dawson Knox, we hear a lot about this guy in the season. We kind of got to see glimpses of what he can be, right? Or what he could be. That's probably how I should say it, what he could be. Now, we haven't heard much of Dawson Knox from training camp. And that's kind of concerning to me because for this guy to have all this potential, we're hearing about Gabe Davis. I know he's a rookie. Everybody wants to hear and see about the rookie, right? But why aren't we hearing about my guy Dawson Knox? Is there a problem? Are the Bills lacking depth at the tight end position? Because we know Tyler Kroft, his foot's hurt again. This dude's always hurt, right? And then there's Dawson Knox, who we haven't heard nothing about in training camp. Eric, go ahead and give me your take on that, buddy.
Dawson Knox, he's shown a lot of potential, a lot of glimpses of what he could be, and he could be a premier tight end in the league, no doubt about it. But is he arrived? No, not at all. 338 or 388 yards receiving last year, 2 touchdowns. The guy had 9 catches in college. His last touchdown before that was in high school. No touchdowns in college. So love the potential, love the guy's work ethic. But are we ready to put him on a pedestal right now? I wouldn't say he's quite there yet.
Okay. He certainly doesn't need to be on the pedestal, but you got to remember that he is TE1. He's tight end 1, right? He's the starter on game day. And he's going to be lining up next to the guys we have been talking about this whole time, right? Stephon Diggs, John Brown, Cole Beasley. Somebody is going to be open. And we have had 0 footage of what that actually looks like on the field, right? So we need to see that. We need to see where Dawson Knox is, what he's doing. Just because we haven't heard about him at camp doesn't mean that he's not having a good camp, right? It just means that we haven't heard about it, right? Yeah, maybe the reporters are not reporting on what happens with him.
He could be the biggest benefiter this year, and we've said this in the past on past shows.
Yes.
But I got to see it. I'm that personality. I got to see it before I start glamoring.
And I mean, we knew what to expect with Tyler Kroft. That they reworked his contract so that they could guarantee him this year and cut him at the end of the year because he's just not reliable. And they need to find a better guy for T2. There it is.
Hold on.
Tyler, my foot hurts.
The comments, man. Tyler, my foot hurts. Kroft. Richard,
that's his name.
That's comment of the night, buddy.
That's my big toe. Right, it's terrible.
It's always hurt.
You got it. Yeah, I mean, he's good when he's out there. He can catch the ball. He's got good hands, but the guy just is injury prone like nobody's business. So we know we can't rely on him. And the tight end situation is going to be an interesting one to monitor. Does a guy like Jason Kroom make the roster because of the injuries to Tommy Sweeney? The uncertainty around Lee Smith. Somebody brought that up earlier. Although the one thing I will say about Lee Smith that sticks in my mind anyway, and it hurt when it happened. The interview that we talked about where Josh Allen sat down with Mr. Butt Fumble Sanchez, right? And the one thing he spoke about when he said, "Give me a guy on the team whose leadership you admire." Josh Allen didn't even hesitate. Lee Smith, right? Lee Smith is my guy. Lee Smith. And I was like, oh, Lee Smith? Really? You had to bring up him? We were all hoping he'd get cut. But the fact of the matter is Josh Allen looks up to Lee Smith. Josh Allen likes Lee Smith in the locker room. Clearly, that probably means something for this team. I think if Tommy Sweeney were healthy and we could see what he could do, then we could cut Lee Smith too for Tommy Sweeney. But now without Tommy Sweeney and the uncertainty of Kroft, Lee Smith is looking more and more like a lock to make this roster.
All right. Not to cut you off, but they're in the chats they're saying that your boy Kroft was back at practice today. That's That's great that your boy can get in there and practice. But there's a comment by Pierre that I wanted to get to. It said Dawson Knox did say today that the game has slowed down tremendously for him.
Let's go.
How does that, I mean, the game's slowing down for you. How does that translate? I mean, in terms of, my problem with Dawson was too many drop balls in key moments. Yeah. You know, is that a product of the game being too fast for him? Maybe.
Certainly. Yeah. I mean, if you're thinking about, if he's putting too much concentration on, I got to run this route and get to that spot, or, oh, this play call means I got to go here, or I got to block here, you know, that's coming more second nature to him, then it's better. Right. Ooh, and now he's going to be able to catch the ball.
I think the less you're thinking about play wise and what route you got to run and your responsibilities, the more you can focus on fundamentals. I think this will be Dawson Knox's best year as a football player. And it's a big year for him, because I don't know if tight end is a need in the draft next year or not. I don't think any of us do.
I think it's a need.
But then Dawson Knox, I think, needs to have that mentality that he needs to prove that wrong and say, I am the guy. So I expect him to have a big year, and we'll see how he handles it.
All right.
Did you see the comment by Elliot? That one I got it.
How many?
Look, it's one? Lee Smith. Look, it's Lee Smith. Did you see that one?
Oh man, that's cold-blooded.
Exactly. That's why he lost.
Cold-blooded.
That's why so many Bills fans feel so bad about him and want him not to be on the team. Last year, every time he was on the field, it was a penalty, and it was terrible. So I mean, we can't have that this year. Hopefully, if he's going to be on the team, he's cleaned that up a little, because that'll ruin everything for that offense.
Yeah, I mean, look. And I want everybody's bagging on Lee Smith. I know he's not a great tight end in terms of, like, you're not going to see him produce, but what he does in that offense, being the sixth lineman, as McDermott likes to say, that's valuable, because just keep in mind, y'all, we had a young Cody Ford that you know, and Ty and Secchi that were platooning the right tackle position. You know, the line, it was their first year together. So, you know, there was some, you know, they had some meshing to do. So Lee Smith did play a vital role in that. All right, here's another one. Now let's shift the conversation from tight end, okay? And before we even do that, smash that like. 115 people smash those likes. Ryan, you know, we agree with you. Smash those freaking likes, man. We need it. I need it. All right, I need it. Like Migos say, the new song with your boy. God, what's that dude's name? Man, I don't even NBA Youngboy. That is slapping. I need it. Smash those likes. Smash them. We need it. You know, we're gonna get to that Milano thing in our last take, so hold that, Adam. We're gonna get to you there. Oh, but before we get to the Josh Allen scrimmage results, can we just mention this real quick? Gilliam as a tight end. Eric,
I brought this up in the beginning.
I want you to comment on the Gilliam thing, because a lot of people, you know, the Bills depth chart they do label him as a tight end, and he even changed his number today. What do you think about Gilliam? Because we're all high on him.
Yeah, Sean McDermott was asked that in his press conference, and he had high praise for DeMarco as a leader. You know, McDermott loves his guys, and I think DeMarco's one of his guys. You know, he's like the mob boss. DeMarco's a made man. You know, so instead of cutting Gilliam, you just make him a tight end, and he maybe takes Lee Smith's spot, maybe. Anyway, yeah,
I mean, I've been high on Gilliam from day one. I am like the Gilliam starter back here. You know, I love the guy, and I've said it all along. Why do I love him? Because he can block, he can run, he can catch, and he's a beast of an athlete. So moving him to tight end makes sense in this case, because he can catch, he can run, he can block, he can do everything Lee Smith can better. He can do everything
except hold, right?
Oh, yeah. Hopefully he doesn't do that. But still, I mean, it makes sense. Tight end is a position we just talked about. We're injury riddled at. It makes sense to move him there, and you can still keep his guy DeMarco at fullback, which, you know, I'm not a big DeMarco guy. I don't think he's a great blocker. He gets praised as one, but I didn't see much of that last year. And he just isn't a big time playmaker. You know, he's getting older.
The Bills
if leadership is what you want, then choose one. Pat DeMarco or Lee Smith. You don't need both.
Hold on.
I agree.
Did y'all see that comment? Did you see? Hold on. Did you just see that comment?
Pull it up. I think we're on the same one here.
High on Gilliam sound funny. That's clever. That's clever. Yeah. I like it. Go ahead.
The Bills did keep 4 tight ends last year, and Tommy Sweeney going to be on the IR. I'm not sure if he'll be back in time or not, but does this guy make the roster? It's hard to tell. McDermott didn't really seem high on him. I think maybe he's setting him up for the practice squad. You can carry him on an active roster, bring him up as a tight end back down. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Todd Barker, Fanatics are going to get me through the next 2 weeks. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for watching and supporting the brand. Yeah, Fanatics is going to get you not just the next 2 weeks, but we got a lifetime of content. You heard it. I'm not saying 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. We got a lifetime of content, so keep it plugged in right here. All right? Keep it plugged in with the Buffalo Fanatics because we're doing it. But make no mistake, and I'm going to move on from this topic, but Gilliam, even though he was listed as a fullback, we all knew it's no secret that he has athletic ability and that he can catch the ball and he can block. Now, in terms of, understanding an NFL offense, we don't know that yet. So we're going to see with Gilliam, but it really does sound like they love DeMarco. But this is what I want to talk about because we've kind of been talking about Josh Allen. We always talk about Josh Allen. I mean, it is the thing that is the enigma that is Josh Allen himself, the man, the myth, the legend, and the hopeful franchise quarterback. Now, last week we saw that he kind of tore up the scrimmage. I think he was 35 of 42, over 300 yards in a scrimmage, although it was against the second team defense. He had three touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing. Okay. What is that? Is that something that my question is that something that we should expect from him on the regular? Or should we just keep in mind that Josh Allen is still learning the position, but we should see more highlights instead of lowlights moving into year 3?
Yes, I think that's definitely the new standard. You can't regress. I mean, the guy's going to have a bad game. Everybody has a bad game. That doesn't mean, let's say he starts against the Jets, Miami, he does explosively well, as we would expect. And then the third game, we're playing the Rams. They have a pretty formidable defense. So he reverts back to maybe, 1 touchdown, 150 yards, but the Bills still win the game because we have a damn good defense ourselves. That's perfectly acceptable, right? Nobody's going to come in, the world is on fire because Josh Allen didn't have 3 touchdowns in a game. No, that's perfectly fine. And he's going to have a bad game where he throws maybe a couple interceptions or has a couple turnovers. But again, it's the results that matter. The Bills are probably going to lose a game or 2 this year too. And as Josh Allen goes, so goes the team, which is why we're always talking about Josh Allen. But yeah, I mean, he's going to have ups and downs, but the expectation is for him to do well. And I think 2 passing and 1 rushing, if you give me that every single game of the year, that's a damn good stat line at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely score a lot more touchdowns this year, and I think that is the expectation. But as far as the 300-yard game, I could care less. I really just want him to hit the 300-yard mark so we can shut up the naysayers and move on with our life because Josh Allen doesn't check the ball down, okay? A lot of these 300-yard passers check the ball down almost every time. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray. And real quick, and Josh makes up for his 260-yard games or 200-yard games with his rushing game.
Exactly.
And I think as long as he's doing that and scoring and being effective, the 300-yard doesn't matter to me. 300 yards does not matter.
Nope.
Okay. So there's a couple comments that I want to get to. James says, man, love the Fanatics, but you guys talking 35 points a game, beating division teams like it's easy. Come on, man.
Only one of us.
Hold on, let me finish. 10 or 6 or 8 and 8 second team defense isn't any starting team in the NFL. Now, let's clear the air here. That's Anthony up there with that damn suit on, being a fangirl. Okay, he is a Bill super fan, so he's gonna come with the Bills should have 50 points a game. Throw the damn challenge flag. This is
again, no. See, you can call me a homer all you want, but last year, what did I say that was true? That we were going to contend with Baltimore, that we were going to contend with all the teams that were competing. And guess what? Everybody else thought we were going to lose by 30 points when I was saying this team is better than that, we're going to win. And who was right then? I wasn't saying we were going to put up 35 then, but now with this offense, I am saying that against a team like the Jets. Come on. If we lose to the Jets this year in either game, it will be an extreme disappointment, no matter what happens. I don't even care who's playing. Our second team, everything. No, Miami, I already said they've gotten better. Their defense is better. But that week 2, when they haven't even been on the field yet, you're damn right the Bills are going to be the favorite in that game. You're damn right the Bills are going to put up a lot of points. That is, and saying the Bills are going to could possibly go 8-8, I mean, that would be a tragedy. Like, what happens? You would have to lose some of your best players for that to happen. And I
it's a
just
tough
don't,
schedule,
obviously
for
none
sure.
of us want that to happen. It is a tough schedule, but we're a tough team. As they said last week or in one of the live chats I was on, it's those teams that are facing us now too, right? Kansas City has to go through Buffalo. Kansas City has to come to Buffalo and play Buffalo. All right. It's not us beating them. It's them beating us too.
Anthony,
Same thing with San Francisco.
Hold on.
We got to beat these teams too.
Hold on. I get what you're saying, man. You sound like you're in a WWE promo, brother. Like,
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
God dang, boys. Calm
It's
down
the
up there.
truth. Come back to me in 3 weeks when the Bills are 3-0. Like, come on.
Hey, no, hold on. You know, Mean Gene. when I see him across the ring, brother. God dang.
Call it hype all you want, but it's realistic. I mean, my prediction for the Bills this season is 12-4. And if we win any less than 10, it's a devastating disappointment. I'm telling you, I don't
think
care
they
how
should win.
competitive the schedule is.
I think it's 10 to 12 wins is the expectation for
Yes.
sure. But 35
Yes.
points a game with what we saw from
Not
this
every
offense,
game.
it's a
Not every
defensive
game.
team.
Come on.
Let's get
Against the
25.
Jets.
We'll start with
Against
25.
the Jets, yes. Against the Jets, 35 points. That is the expectation. Against the Jets with this offense, and you're saying everybody's saying we're making a statement in that game. Scoring 24 points ain't making a statement. I don't care if you win 24 to nothing. That's not a statement.
You know this better than anyone. When the Bills get up 21-10, McDermott runs the football and runs the clock.
Oh, that's the truth.
And he's not going to do that this year, is he? Because if he wants to score points and he wants to score touchdowns, and every player on that offense is out there saying we're going to make a statement versus the Jets week 1, then you score 24 and you're going to call it a game?
All right.
I'd get in my coach's face and I'd say, no, we better get out there and play.
Hold on, brother. Stephen P. Murphy coming in. All right. He's coming in hot. I got to read this. I have the most boring job in the world. He says, I look forward to my Buff Fanatics every day. All in all, Buffalo Fanatics saved my marriage. Okay. On a real note, look, we're going to get back to the hilariousness and the funniness, but Stephen, bro, that's cool, man. Thank you for saying that, dude, because like the struggle is real for everybody out there, man. Marriages can be hard and tough, man. And that's really cool that you and your wife have decided to stick it out, and you found the outlet that you can go to. And I urge everyone out there, if you have an outlet, by all means, use this as an outlet to forget about your day and the troubles that surround our world each and every day. I appreciate you for watching the show, and please continue to do so. And Rick James, all right, Rick James. I ain't gonna say the B word because I don't know if we can curse on here like that. All right, but Daryl, for someone being a Chiefs fan, you all up in the DMs, dog. You sliding in the DMs as the kids say these days. All right, you sliding in here. Like, we don't discriminate.
Mahomes going to throw 1,000 yards versus the Bills. That's funny. All right, we'll see you. Week 6. We got you on our calendar. Don't worry. But remember, they're coming to Buffalo. They're playing us in our house in prime time, and I cannot wait for that game. Now, nobody's saying the Chiefs are going to suck this year. That's not going to happen. They're still pretty electric. They've got all the weapons in the world. Their offense is the best on paper in the NFL for sure. So, I mean, they're defending Super Bowl champs. They're going to have to live up to it.
Pray for rain that day. Pray for rain.
Okay, Pierre, man, would you?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Let's
Pierre.
go, Pierre. Come on.
You and Anthony, dog. Y'all some fan. Y'all just like run it up, dog. With the fandom. It's homerism. It's homerism.
Fandom. The players are saying this.
Look, you got
players.
Now you got our fans in the chat talking about Anthony. Tell them how it is, dude.
I gotta get a suit.
Dude,
nobody's saying 35 points every week. All I'm saying is the Jets are absolute garbage, dumpster fire, trash. We all agree on that. Our offense is explosive, has gotten better, needs to make a statement. Everybody on the team, from Josh Allen to Dawson Knox to Singletary, is all saying we're going to come out and make a statement week 1. When you're a 6-point favorite, come on. Against the Jets, a 6-point favorite, we're going to win. I like what he said. 59 points is more like it.
Stop it.
Let's go.
Just recognize this comment.
I'll go 70.
Tebow. What was it, Tebow? Is that what Tebow does? You be down there praying all the time? Look. See, you got all these people. You and Pierre got all these people all up in a tizzy. Look,
because it's real. We haven't had this in years. Do you know how long we've suffered as Bills fans? Now, last year, I will say this. I was more pissed off last season because this team was good last season on paper and everything, the changes we made. Coming into the season, all the pundits said the Bills are going to win 3 games, 3 to 6 wins, last place in the division. I'm like, what are these people? Do they even watch football? This team is the best team the Bills have had in years. But they didn't want to admit that. They didn't see that. And I was bitching about that all offseason and right into the season saying, give us some respect. This team is better than people are saying or recognizing. We made them recognize us by our performance in primetime last year. We made them recognize us by making the playoffs. We still got better again this offseason, and they're still not giving us the love, but it's a much bigger step than where we were a year ago.
Okay, all right, I got you, but we got the real Rico BF, Rico Bellany. Bing, bing, bing. That's what my guy says from Canada. The Bing Squad. Yes, you could do the Bing Squad at Buffalo Fanatics. We have a website where you can sign up to be on the Bing Squad, YouTube, all that. Do that. Rico is saying, y'all, you and Pierre, y'all some homers, and we all know it. It's just true. And it's okay. But hold on. We know.
So what happens? So what's going to happen when the Bills score 35 points in the first game? The Bills score 28 versus Miami. The Bills beat the Rams at home. And they're going into, what's our 4th game? Tennessee? Come on. 3-0 to start the season. Are we going to be 4 weeks from now when I am 100% right on all of those marks? We're going to bring this up again. Well, it's not homerism if you're speaking the truth. If you're being, yes, I'm telling you what is going to happen.
Let me get a word in. We're talking about a team that can't score 20 points consistently, bro.
Who's? Stephon Diggs wasn't on that team.
What you think Stephon Diggs is the next coming of Randy Moss?
Devin Singletary wasn't on that team.
I'm just saying, you act like the Bills are going to score 40 points a game, dude.
Again.
Show me.
No.
Show me. Look,
let's go.
Yo, get a suit, Eric. You need a suit.
I need that crazy confidence.
In the comments, can you guys comment on what kind of suit my boy Eric should be having, because Anthony has the blue one. I think Eric needs to get the Color Rush red suit, because bro.
I'm gonna put Josh Allen's face on it, repeating.
There you go.
That's the way to do it.
Look, our guy Scott, say hi to Marge. Whoever Marge is out there, what's up? What's up, Marge? How you doing? All right. Look, Rick James. Rick James is keeping it coming, bro. Rick James, it went to
40. I know they keep escalating this. I am not speaking crazy here. 35 points in week 1 against the Jets is not unrealistic to say. Over 30 is the expectation, I'd say, minimally. And then week 2 a win, week 3 a win, going 3-0 to start the season. I'm not saying we're going to score 35 against the Rams. The Rams are a good damn defense. If we score 24 and win the game, I'm happy. That's fine. If we score 10 and win the game, I'm happy. That's a good defense.
Well, Ray McLeod says Josh Allen better get that 300-yard game with Diggs, man. I think he's talking about consistently. And my boy Elliot says, or he gets the boot. He's getting the boot if he don't get it done. All right. And you know what? Bobby's coming in. Anthony's speaking facts. Apparently, Anthony just laying it down tonight, apparently, with his takes of homerism. But that's cool. Somebody's got to hate on it. Okay.
It's more. We know McDermott. It's more realistic to say the Bills.
Tell me exactly. Lay out for me what you think I'm saying that isn't a good expectation here.
I don't think. What's the most points the Bills scored last year? Miami? They scored about 37. I can't remember exactly, but
that's every year.
McDermott comes out conservative every single time. It's good defense. The defense leads the team. It's more realistic, in my opinion, to say the Bills win 15-0 versus the Jets.
Oh, come on.
That's just realistic, though. That's the style of football that McDermott likes to play.
Okay, that's true.
If the Bills score 35, I'll buy a suit.
You better, you better start saving, brother, because you're buying a suit. This is a custom made right here.
But if the Bills shut out the Jets, you're buying me a suit.
Look, this is cool. Look, Jets better hope Darnold doesn't get leprosy. Now we're going to the biblical times. My guy's getting leprosy. He's gonna have limbs falling off. It ain't mono this year. It's leprosy. It's got to be an excuse with this guy, right? It's got to be an excuse. Bobby's saying, what? What? I don't even know what Bobby's talking about. I think he's saying because I'm saying he ain't going to do all that. Yeah, whatever. All right. Dan Bill says, yeah, you is right. You ain't like these other losers. Daryl, is this the Chiefs guy? I mean, God dang. Let's get the Jets. Watch us blow out the Pats too. If we don't, the Pats is a whole week of just shit talking because I cannot stand the Pats.
Real
Y'all can't
challenge.
stand the Pats. It's real talk in there. It's real talk. All right. So we could talk Josh Allen all day, all night, but the real reason why we got you guys on here, okay, is because who's next? Now we see the Bills. You know they're gonna start cutting people, right? They're gonna start. They cut your boy Stephen Hauschka. We all saw that last week, and I don't think anybody in their right mind in Bills Mafia was surprised that Stephen Hauschka got the boot. Okay, he gone. All right. But the question tonight is who gets the boot now. My guy Bobby, Bobby hooks us up with all this stuff right here, okay? And that right there is Hip Hop Harry, dog. If y'all haven't seen Hip Hop Harry, y'all need to check him out on YouTube. This dude, I'm telling you, man, this dude be pop locking and drop it, all right? You know, and then he has all these little kids and stuff dancing around him. They'd be like, go, okay? And it's hilarious. And he'd be like, who's next? So that's why we got that. Who's next to get the cut? Now, he did put Trent Murphy in there. Okay, but I want to hear from the comment section who's getting them walking papers next, because we're getting down to cut down day and we got to start making sense of this roster, right? And everybody and their mama has predictions of what the final roster is going to be. But can we take bets on? Well, maybe not bets, but can we take some assumptions on who that next cut's going to be? And I'm gonna start with Eric down there because y'all do need to put what kind of suit Eric needs to wear. And Anthony, they are asking if you have Bill's shoes on. And I want you to show them the Bill shoes, please. Show them the Bill shoes, because this guy is. You talk about Homer.
This is one pair. I've got multiple pairs, but these are the shoes I've got on right now.
Let's take it another level. How about those socks?
Yeah, you got it, baby. Let's go head to toe. Head to toe. Look at that.
I'll stop there.
There you go.
Please stop there, because and Anthony, don't show them the tramp stamp you have with the Bills on your back. That's just for your wife. Okay, you want to keep.
I'm not showing you the underwear. That's for her too. But that's Buffalo Bills too. Trust me, head to toe, look, baby.
You got fans all in here saying let's go. But here we go. Back to the topic. Andre Roberts is a lock to make the team. They're saying. Look, Tim is saying $8 million in cap with Murphy, but the Bills guys had solid counterpoints. Yeah, if you guys listen to the Bills guys, man, they have a really good show. Really good show going on.
I brought some facts. I keep seeing Trent Murphy's name come up, and I know that we've talked about this on our show a couple weeks ago, the Trent Murphy situation. But you know what? I went back and did some searching of my own, and I watched, because the constant hearing I get, the constant feedback I get. Oh, he came on at the end of last season. He had a great week 17 when he was the only damn starter in there because we didn't give a shit if he got hurt, right? But that wasn't, he had a great week 17 versus Jets. Okay. But then he did show up in the stat line for the playoff game. And I specifically say it that way. Why? Because Trent Murphy showed up in the stat line, but I couldn't remember his impact on the plays and on the game. So I went back and found the plays where Trent Murphy was involved in that game. And first of all, I have to say the Texans' offensive line played like absolute garbage in that game. He got sacked 7 times for a reason. But the 2 plays that Trent Murphy was credited for, one, the first sack was literally somebody came from the other side. I can't remember who it was this time, if it was Hughes or somebody else on this play specifically. But I think it was Hughes was coming around the corner. And Deshaun went to avoid the hit from Hughes and literally ran into Trent Murphy. Trent Murphy didn't track him down. He ran into him and fell down. And the second play, the same exact thing happened. Deshaun Watson did a fake, turned around, and literally stumbled into Trent Murphy, who tackled him for no yards. It wasn't even a loss. But both plays, and the other plays he had impact on when he was completely unblocked, and I could have made a play. So don't tell me Trent Murphy had a good playoff game.
All right.
If you rewatch the tape, you'll see exactly what I saw. And if there's people who know X's and O's a lot better than I do who broke that down.
So, Anthony, your wife you got your wife watching the show, son. That Anthony guy, though. Ooh, wee. She likes that Anthony guy. Kathy, thank you for allowing Anthony to wear all these clothes and the tramp stamp that you allowed him to get on his back of the Bills. Okay, thank you for that. All right. Rico coming in says, Anthony, Eric, and Sterling, y'all need to get up and do the who's next? Hand on the knee dance. No. Anthony, we'll leave
Tune
that
in next week.
Anthony. All right. Look, y'all. So people are saying, now I know something that's gonna kind of tick my guy Rico off, but because people are kind of saying that, Duke Williams is next. Now, my guy on the bottom, Eric, I want to hear you, man. Talk to me. Talk to me about this this Duke Williams guy. But before you do that, look at this. Killian Anstey coming in hot. It says, when we go to the Super Bowl this year, oh my God, we have another Anthony. Can we sign Kyle Orton as QB number 4 just so our old hero gets a ring with us? Okay, first of all, can I take the floor in this one? Kyle, Uncle Rico, freaking Orton. Are y'all serious? I know it's a joke, but I mean, we act like this guy is Bill's royalty, right? Like, Kyle, look, ew, Kyle Orton. We're going to talk about Kyle Orton, yes, but if the Bills go to the Super Bowl, by all means, I'm pretty sure, Killian, that he's going to come pick you up himself and take you to the Super Bowl, and you're going to sit in the suite with him and your boy, who else we want to throw in there as Bills royalty? Ed Wang. Y'all could chill in the suite and watch the Super Bowl together because y'all are Bills royalty. How about that? Facts.
Yeah.
Mike Love. Rico says Mike Love is getting the axe next. Okay.
Kyle Orton got the team to 9 wins.
Man, if I could say it,
with Doug Marrone, I mean, that's saying something. He just couldn't survive Doug Marrone. He retired the next year, but
no, for sure. And
I'd bring Kyle Orton back. Bring him back
as a backup. I'd give him as QB2 right now. QB2 right now, all day, every day. Duke
anyway,
is the savior. Ooh, go ahead. Give me your.
Let's get some Duke here.
Give me your Duke.
I've said this a few times in the past few weeks, but I think Duke Williams has a head start on all the other guys, including Hodgins. I think he has a leg up against McKenzie because he played a lot of special teams last year. And I think Duke Williams is motivated. I think this dude could have a good year. I mean, the special teams thing does it for me because that position that we're talking about, receiver 4 is probably going to Gabe Davis. Receiver 5 is going to be the special teams guy. And anything below that is likely special teams. But I think Duke Williams provides depth. If one of the top 4 receivers goes down, Duke Williams could slide in there. You've seen that a lot last year. And also special teams all day, baby. Okay, so you're still on the hook, Eric, because Daryl comes in and says, the Chiefs fan, I know y'all tried. Actually, no. You know what? Screw that. Let's go to Todd. We've heard enough of him tonight. Daryl, we like you, bro. It's all good. Let's go to Todd. He says, I think Duke has a better chance to make it than McKenzie and Foster. What do you think about that? I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I just, which way does this team want to go? Do they like the gadget plays from McKenzie? Do they want a backup kick returner role for McKenzie? Or do they just go straight, special teams depth? And you could draw up some plays for Duke Williams too. Let's not forget this guy's a freak athlete as well.
I've always said that I think Duke Williams does have the advantage as well, having a year of chemistry. Obviously, last year, if you listen to the Hoof podcast last year, I was pounding the table for Duke. Bring him in every single game because we needed that big guy. We needed his influence. They let him learn for a year, and now they're just going to put him back on the practice squad. I don't see that happening. I think he's going to make this roster. And I know that Robert Foster is a name that came up. I definitely expect him to be either traded or cut. I think he's going to be traded. If you saw another one of the plays that they released of like the 3 plays they showed, was the one of Robert Foster making a play in the end zone because they're trying to trade his ass. Let's be real. They're not just putting that tape out there to say, look, he's suddenly this great player. He has that special teams value. He can make plays. He has the speed, obviously. He's good trade value. I'm cutting Robert Foster. Sure. And the one thing I do want to say about Isaiah McKenzie, I know that he's a gadget play guy, but we've talked again on this show about having other guys who are capable of doing those same plays. But why do we need to be a gadgety offense? Again, let's remember who's on this team. You don't need to do a jet sweep. You've got 4 dominant receivers who can catch the ball and get open. You got Dawson Knox. You've got 2 great running backs. Like, play offense. Don't do a gadgety play that could lose 10 yards and piss off the fans watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I don't want to see
happens?
a jet sweep. We
Josh
don't
Allen
need
gets
a
cold.
gadgety offense. We don't need it.
When Josh
then
Allen
you give
gets
the ball
cold,
to the running back. You've got 2
jet
great
sweep
running backs.
I like the spark that the jet sweep provides because we all know this. Josh Allen gets down in the dumps sometimes, gets cold, starts missing throws, And that's a spark that it's in the
spark, but sometimes
it's in the playbook.
Yard.
Pull it out when you need it. It's like a tool.
Then let one of those other guys do it in the 1 in 100 times you actually pull that play. Let one of the other guys on the roster that we've talked about extensively that can all do that play. Maybe they don't have the breakaway speed that McKenzie has, but you don't necessarily need that on a jet sweep.
All right,
you just need somebody who can get there.
This is hilarious to me. Bobby, if you close your eyes, Eric, you got a little Mel Kiper in him. See, that's who you should be.
Mel Kiper's the godfather, okay? Put some respect on his name. I love Mel Kiper, so I'll take that. I'm not a weirdo, though. I eat normal stuff, I sleep at night.
All right, hold that, because guess what, guys? It's time to like and subscribe to the Buffalo Fanatics and the Hoof Podcast Live, or the Hoof Podcast. I mean, we'll take anything you want to throw at us, right? We'll take it.
We got recorded still.
But still, here we go. David coming in again. All times Bills player you would have joined this team. Oh, okay. I got one that'll surprise you guys. Okay. But I'll let you guys go first. Or if you want me to go first, I mean, I would definitely do it.
I need to go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Bruce Smith.
Yeah, that was
just go ahead and get that out of the way. You plop Bruce Smith anywhere on this defensive line, and Super Bowl.
Okay. See, that is like being in Sunday school and be like, Jesus, man, get out of here with that, Eric. Get out of here.
I mean, if Jesus was an option, I would take it.
Go ahead, Anthony. What's your homework?
The other name that came to mind, I mean, this is an easy name to put out there too, but Thurman Thomas, just because he's so capable out of the backfield, can catch the ball, can make explosive plays. I mean, could you imagine if that guy were on the field with this team like he did with Jim Kelly with those receivers again? I mean, you're just talking next level with this offense. And this offense is capable of being like that. So it'll be exciting.
I got one for you. Okay. And I'm going to say Roscoe Parrish, because Roscoe Parrish to me was a dynamic returner. The guy just had juice, right? He just had juice. I loved watching Roscoe, even though it was short-lived, man. Or even like a Terrence McGee. Terrence McGee gave you an option, in the return game, but he was also a good cornerback. So those, I don't want to just go with the homerism. Thurman Thomas.
You got to go glory days, though.
Right, you got to go glory days.
You don't want drought players.
We live there. We live there.
I got
somebody in the comments brought up Brian Mormon, and he's one of my all-time favorite Bills.
Oh,
you got to love Brian Mormon, and obviously punter is a position that we're uncertain at best at on this roster.
How about Steve Christie? Because we have a rookie kicker. We don't know how this rookie kicker is going to react. I'll take Steve Christie.
Out of here.
Eric, did you just say Steve Christie?
Hey, man.
I'm pulling to Anthony here. Did you? Oh, my God. Did you just say Steve Christie? What did Steve Christie do for us? Then lose a Super Bowl or two.
No, that was Scott Norwood.
Well,
collective effort to lose Super Bowl.
I am on a Bills podcast where the names that just came up were Roscoe Parrish and Steve Christie.
That tells you
how much time we got left.
What the hell is going on here?
I'll take Christie.
Justin, why are you hating, dog? Let me live in the Roscoe Parrish Miami U land. Can I just live in that with them ugly jerseys? Can I just live there for a minute?
At least you got, Brian Mormon is an all-time great at punter for the Bills. I mean, he's a legit name to bring into the conversation, something we need on this team that could help us.
See, you and Kenny gonna have
Steve Christie? What?
Y'all gonna have matching tattoos, bro.
What year is it? 1996? What?
Glory days, baby.
Look, Roscoe, slap yourself. Tanker Biggins. I ain't slapping nothing, Tanker. All right, look, man, I'm sorry. I just like Roscoe. Is that okay? Jay Reimers, my guy from the University of Michigan, Cornerstone Masonry. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Look, okay, the glory days. Yeah, y'all like the glory days. Look. Here we go. Here we go. Give me Diggs, Moulds. Okay. All right, Pierre, you homer, but we're going to give you that look. Somebody had to say Andre Reed, Billy Stevens, good old Billy. Billy coming in hot with Andre Reed. Oh, this is one right here. Thomas, thank you for watching the show. By the way, we haven't heard from you tonight. T.O. will be magic. Yo, T.O., man, T.O. was like one of those underrated guys that like we didn't get enough of, man. I really missed T.O. in playing for the Bills. Notice
how nobody said Jim Kelly yet.
You're right.
Yeah,
no one has said.
I think we believe in our guy. I'm just saying.
That's pretty shocking. Look. I didn't even see it in the comments. Right.
Maybe in Drew Bledsoe.
I'm going to show you a Hall of Fame answer next. I'm going to show you a Hall of Fame. Where's Rico's comment? Where's Rico? Look, Robert Royal and Keith Ellison. Oh my God. Can someone tell me what position Keith Ellison played? I'm pretty sure that my guy played linebacker. Robert Royal was number 84, and I don't know if he played tight end, but we don't know what the hell he was doing out there. Lee Evans, that's a good one. Okay.
I like
and then Manny. Okay, let me tell you all about Manny. Okay. This is our guy. He's also in Buffalo Fanatics, but this dude can write some articles about trading cards and so forth. That guy is legit. He is legit. And he says Don Beebe, Steve Tasker, and Kent Hull. So he's dropping in a little offensive line in there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Joe. I appreciate that.
Ooh, we could use the offensive line help.
Somebody did say Jim. So somebody did say Jim. I didn't see it. I just didn't see it. Okay.
I should have just assumed.
Okay. I see Antoine Winfield there to pair with Trey, too. I like that one. We do need a CB2 that could be reliable.
So are we good on who's next? So did we even come to a consensus of who's getting cut next? Give me a name. Give me a name real quick.
Tyler Kroft.
Tyler Kroft is getting cut next. Okay. Anthony.
Trent Murphy. It's me.
We beat that.
You're going with Trent Murphy?
Let's go fresh.
Okay.
Tyler Kroft,
Trent Murphy. There you have it. Those are the two guys that we predict on this live show that's getting cut next. Now, for our finale, okay, what's the take? So this is the part of the show where we want, you guys are filling up the comments, but if there's anything you want to ask us, Bills related, NFL related, or life related, by all means do so. And that's called What's the Take? So let's go. All right. So I expect us to get some comments in here, but people are still commenting look, oh my gosh. Go look at Duke highlights last year. Also, he's hell of a blocker. He's the reason why Devin scored on a screen against the Eagles. Can Hodgins block for runs? I do think that Hodgins can be a good blocker. I don't really know. I really didn't watch too much of that or notice too much of that on his college tape because I was looking for like route running and production, but I hope so. Duke. No one said Duke is not a good blocker. Duke is a good blocker. Okay, I'm not even gonna hate on that. Look, Ray McLeod II says, let's not disrespect that jet sweep cheese. All right, Anthony, that's Eric, that's you, dog. You were saying you don't want to see the jet sweep, right?
How many touchdowns did Josh Allen score off that last year? Atlanta at least one.
On his own running the ball.
It counts as a pass. It counts as a pass.
Okay.
We don't need that this year. You do not need that with this offense. You don't need that guy. You don't need a whole roster spot for that. If you want to do that play, it's still available to you.
I don't think it's
with
a
five
need.
Other guys.
But
you don't need that.
But do they want it? I don't
know. So you're going to keep McKenzie on the roster
for
here we go. 1 in 100 plays jet sweep. No,
they did last year.
No,
they did it last year.
Yeah, we're better this year. We got better players this year.
I love y'all arguing. Here we go, but I got something for you. Zach Allen, thank you for watching the show. What's the first team we lose to this season? That is a great damn question. Yeah, fill the comments up with that one. What's the first team that smacks that ass?
You ready?
Keep it minimal, my guy. Okay.
12-4 is my record prediction, but the first team that scares me. So we've already gone over, Miami and the Jets and even the Rams. I think those are wins. But the team that I think we could go in overconfident against is the Tennessee Titans. And I do still expect the Bills to win that game, but that is the first game on the schedule that I'm saying, okay, be ready. Be ready, team, because that team is better than you think they are. They can beat you a lot of different ways. They've got an elite running back who can pound it right in your face. They've got a quarterback who can find the guys that are open, even though we usually have Tannehill's number. Again, it's a game that I'm going to go in with high expectations telling you that the Bills are going to go 4-0. But that's the first team on the schedule that I'm like, okay, we have to be ready for this game.
All
Don't sleep on them.
Go ahead, Eric.
I'm going to go a game before you and say at Las Vegas. Just because it's on the road. The Raiders have that new stadium. They're going to be hyped up early in the season. It might fade later.
With no fans? I don't know.
But they got the nice facility. That franchise is on the rise. I think their roster's better with Henry Ruggs, and I expect a lot of things from Josh Jacobs. Okay. So I think that's going to be a challenge for the Bills for sure.
All right, here we go. How many Pro Bowlers can we possibly have this year? Eric, I'll start with you. Shoot, how many Pro Bowlers can we have?
I'd say 5.
5 Pro Bowlers. Damn. Okay.
Because the difference this year is Buffalo's on the map.
Okay.
They have 5 primetime games. 2 of them are Monday night. And they play Kansas City on Thursday night. That might be the biggest game of the year. Right? Yeah. People are going to watch the Bills play a lot more than they did last year. And I think the media will take notice. I mean, I could list 5 Pro Bowlers right now in a perfect world. Trey White, Micah Hyde, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Trent Murphy. No, I'm just kidding. Tremaine Edmonds.
Watch Trent get like 13 sacks.
You're right that the Bills are going to get at least a little bit of respect on being, a good team this year and going to get a lot more votes than they did last year, let's say. But we're going to have 0 in the Pro Bowl, and that's because we're going to be playing in the Super Bowl. So you don't get to play in the Pro Bowl when you're in the Super Bowl. Now there's your homer take. That is a homer take.
Yeah.
And it's realistic still. This is the best chance the Bills have had to make the Super Bowl in 20 years by far. And it's not unrealistic to say we could be there.
Oh, man.
There's your homer take.
None, because we're in the Super Bowl, folks. See, people, I don't want you guys to think I'm a Bills hater. I'm just a realist. I don't think the Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl this year, but that's okay. But you know what? People are applauding you, Anthony, on your take. Okay,
that's a homer take.
The window for the Super Bowl is small.
Don't tell me when my real takes that are accurate and actually happen come true, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I guess you were right.
Okay,
that wasn't so homer."
Here is one answer.
Homer take.
Here's one answer that's not a homer answer. Diggs, Allen Singletary, Trey White, Micah Hyde. What y'all think? That's
Tremaine
not bad.
Edmonds has to be on that list though, so that would make it 6. So I like that.
Or
list.
Maybe even Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver, that would be 7.
Oh, Ed Oliver's not getting any love. Ed Oliver?
I said 12 sacks for Ed Oliver. That'll get him there for sure.
12 sacks for Ed Oliver. That's
I said that on our show when we were doing the quick takes.
All right. Gabriel Davis, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Is that crazy or no?
Yeah.
Is that homerism? Probably, I would say. Anthony, you're going to say he gets Defensive Rookie of the Year too. I don't hate Anthony, y'all. I just give him shit all the time.
What I'm saying is real. This is not homerism. The Bills going to the Super Bowl. Yes, that's homerism. Can we get to the Super Bowl? Hell yes. Ask anybody that, and they'll say we're the top 3, one of the top 3-4 teams in the AFC. That's not a surprise take this year.
Hey.
So.
Okay, look. Oh, by the way, guys,
23 sacks in the Madden Sim.
Hey, but we do have a Madden Sim. We have a BF Madden Sim that's on YouTube, Twitch, and Ed Oliver's dominating. So that's where Pierre's going with that. And Ed Oliver is now getting some love in here, and I like that. Look, Ed Oliver be riding his horse into the Pro Bowl.
That's right. That's
epic.
Oh. Super Bowl my ass. We're gonna be champions.
That's right, baby. We're gonna
all the way
go.
from Brazil. He's saying we're gonna be champs. I don't know about that. Oh, see, and then in the comment section, they're here battling it out. They're still yapping in there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire Rookie of the Year. Now, that's a train I can get behind because Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I mean, I really did like him coming out of the draft. I thought he was a top overall running back, honestly. So he was running back 1 on my board, but we're going to see what he could do. I know a lot of people are saying, draft him first in fantasy. I mean,
he's good, but
merit to that. That's a lofty expectation for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that offense still, though. Remember, so
do they even run the ball?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Maybe they will now that they have him, but it's still that's a lofty expectation to say Rookie of the Year. I mean, there's a lot of offensive rookies this year. We talked about all the wide receivers in this class, right? I mean, Jerry Jeudy in Denver, all those guys.
All right,
could be in the conversation there.
Now, so Zach Allen says Epinesa, Defensive Player of the Year, brother. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let me specify Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now, news out of camp, they're saying the guy is struggling the word, or he's just kind of getting used to the speed of the game. We kind of saw this with Ed Oliver last year, remember? So I don't think it's indicative, just because I think he can have a good career, but AJ Epinesa was never expected to be this stat stuffing kind of guy.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just about to say. I think that if they play him right, so again, when these votes happen at the end of the year, these people who are making the votes aren't watching every single game, every single play, and seeing how guys are playing. So whoever wins these awards, it's not about who's the best rookie of the year. It's not about who played the best defense as a rookie. It's all about stuff in the stat sheet. If a guy has 10 sacks, he's rookie of the year. We don't care if he was only in for 20 plays. He got 10 sacks, right? So I actually think that if they play Epinesa that way, that he's kind of the, Jordan Phillips role of rush the quarterback and get, and is able to be effective in that role, he could be defensive rookie of the year. But I don't necessarily have those expectations for him because I think they're going to slowly work him into this defense if they keep Trent Murphy, and you got a guy like Addison there too. So, I mean, realistically, I don't see that happening, but it could, because if he gets 10 sacks, he's immediately going to be in the conversation no matter how many snaps he played.
I have a question too.
Okay, go ahead.
If Tyler Bass wins rookie of the year, is it offense or defense?
Well, Tyler Bass ain't winning rookie of the year.
That's funny. Special teams rookie of the year? I don't know.
Is that a thing? Maybe it
One
should
would
be.
assume offensive rookie of the year because it's point scoring. But
Okay. Now here we go. Trey White, defensive player of the year. Where are we at on that? I think that's a scenario that could happen. That is.
I think they're already a year late. They're a year late on that. That's what happened. They should have won it last year when he had better stats than Stephon Gilmore across the board, or equal.
I can agree with that.
Again, it was just Stephon Gilmore was the name. He played for the Patriots. He played more primetime games, and Trey White played much better than him last year. 0 touchdowns, 0. That is a stat
I think
for you.
For Trey White to win defensive player of the year, they need to throw the ball his way.
Well, that's
I think they need to attack him. The reason he had 6 interceptions because they were throwing the ball his way. They might avoid him a lot more this year.
Yeah. Well, with the quarterback 2 spot, Levi Wallace, he can get the job done, but they're going to be throwing at him. That's for sure.
There you go. I think Edmonds has more chance to win defensive player of the year than White. Well, Tremaine would have to take a big step, but I kind of said on our podcast that I do expect Tremaine Edmonds to have a great year this year. I mean, this is year number 3 for Tremaine, and he's so underrated. People are sleeping on my guy Tremaine Edmonds, man. He really does make that defense go. Seriously.
Only 21 years old.
It's crazy.
Doesn't get old, it's crazy.
Dominant.
All right, so we're gonna end it with that. Wow, what a great show tonight, Davian. We really appreciate that, man. And before we go, there's a few things we're gonna cover. All right. Again, man, without the comments, without you guys taking your time to hang out with us tonight, man, none of this stuff is possible. Seriously, you guys make Bills Mafia go. All right, you make Buffalo Fanatics, the brand that you guys see everywhere. Okay, on Twitter, on social media. I mean, you guys make all this happen, and we couldn't do any of this without you. So from the bottom of our hearts, this is a new show for us, and we're so thankful that you guys have shown us so much love, man. We really appreciate it. Even, it's so cool that even Chiefs fans come watch us instead of their own team. Okay. I just think that's awesome. So, but you can find our podcast every Friday, and Buffalo Fanatics, we have stuff every single day. Like I told you in the beginning.
There's also there's a lot more Chiefs fans this year, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
That works.
Yeah, everybody's gonna have Alex Smith jerseys.
Not too many Pat fans out there anymore.
I'm gonna get a Christian Okoye jersey. Yeah. Oh, Travis, thank you, man. Amen. Great show. Thanks, guys. Travis, thank you again for supporting us, man. We couldn't do this without you guys' support.
Smash that like before you go, right? Make sure you're hitting that like. Make sure you're following all of us, hitting up Buffalo Fanatics. Become a member. You get all the best stuff if you become a member. So do that.
Richard Forbes, not to be confused with the Forbes Fortune 500. I dig this show, man. It's nice to talk Bills on the daily. It is nice to talk Bills on the daily. And honestly, that's what the three of us do all day, every day. You think we have jobs. Anthony's a doctor, so he's on the front lines of this coronavirus pandemic, getting the vaccine. So if the vaccine doesn't work, y'all, it's this guy's fault, and you can thank the tramp stamp on that man's back. Okay. And for the record, Bing team, where's my guy Rico? Bing, biggity, Bing. That's what my guy be doing. But Pierre says the Bing team. This is the link to join the Bing team. Join the fanatics.com. Man, we're always looking for more people to join the brand, dude. I mean, really, it's well worth your time because, like I said, if you're looking for Bills content, don't rely on it from other sources when you have everything you want from trading cards to toilet paper, bro, to anything you want. Okay, Bills related. We got Anthony's tramp stamp and suit all day, every day. Canada. We are from as far west as California and as far as east as New York City. So we got it popping. We got it covered. And you know what? Our brand is growing. Our fans are growing. We just want to thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much, man. Seriously, for watching the show. And we will be with you guys next week. Next week. Same time, same place. See you later. Bye.
Go Bills.
Peace.